All right, nerds, we have some movie news to get to. Before we do, just a real quick reminder, this is the movies section that comes from a much longer video that is up on the main channel. That much longer video is referred to as The Weekend Nerddom. I do it once a week. Every Wednesday it goes up approximately at Generally Nerdy on YouTube or Generally Nerdy on Rumble, wherever you so desire. But while you're here, let's talk about all of this movie news, shall we? So let's talk movie news, shall we? We've got something from the Chronicles of Riddick. We got to talk about all of those trailers that happened during the big game, because we can't say, those other two words. And then we also have a lot of information from Kevin Feige going forward with the MCU. So starting in follow-ups and corrections, we have a follow-up on Chronicles of Riddick. That's right. Not only does Vin Diesel have a new Fast and Furious movie coming out very soon, because that was one of the trailers, but we now have some more information about the next Chronicles of Riddick movie. Chronicles of Riddick Furia, David Twohy is going to be back on board to write and direct. This, I'm pretty sure, will be the fourth time that he has done a Chronicles of Riddick movie. And if you're keeping score at home, kids, that means he's done all of them. There is a potential that I'm misremembering that, and he could have not done the first one, but I know he did the second and third. He also did at least one of the games and at least one of the animes. So yeah, he's well-versed in the Chronicles of Riddick universe. Hopefully we can get a little bit more of a budget for this one than we did for Riddick, the third installment, because the second one really sets up this giant universe that we don't get to see in the third one. Hopefully we will get a fair amount of it, though, in the fourth one, Furia. So no release date or anything else on that just yet. We will be keeping tabs. Let's move right along. Next, we are moving into trailers. So I don't believe that this first trailer happened during the Super Bowl. I didn't watch the Super Bowl, so I could be not remembering that correctly, but we're going to set it aside either way. It is Children of the Corn. If you're a Stephen King fan, you're probably excited about this. This trailer might get you excited otherwise. I don't think it really does the job that they're trying to do. You can go check it out. It doesn't have me excited about it. It looks better than the original Children of the Corn movie, for sure, but that's a pretty low bar to jump over, so that's not saying a whole hell of a lot. But that's what we got for that. So next, let's talk about these Super Bowl trailers, and I'm just going to give you my real quick super nerdy hot take. Super nerdy hot take on the Super Bowl trailers. First up, we got Ant-Man. It looks a lot more epic than I think that reviewers are appreciating in the early screening reviews, but that we'll see how that goes on Friday. And then we have Creed 3. Jonathan Majors really looks like he's trying to prove himself as one of the greatest actors of this generation, and I'm all for it. Let's do this. And then we have Scream 6. And then we have 65. This movie will absolutely flop. It is not going to go anywhere. D&D Honor Among Thieves. This is going to underperform. I don't necessarily think it will flop, but I think it will definitely underperform. We have Air, the Michael Jordan biopic. This is probably going to do really, really well. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon making a movie together again absolutely has this, and it's about Michael freaking Jordan. Yeah, for sure. That's going to go places. Fast X. Go, good Lord. These movies need to stop, but I'm still definitely on board for all of the crazy. Guardians 3. Okay, for real though, does Rocket die in this movie? Did anyone comments or whatever? Next, we're talking Transformers Rise of the Beasts. This movie will not be enough to salvage this franchise. Just won't. Just the way it is. Sad, but true. Then we have the Flash trailer that everybody's been talking about. And yeah, I can see how this is getting labeled as potentially the best comic book movie ever. It looks substantially epic. So yeah, sure, absolutely. And then Indiana Jones 5. Based off of this trailer alone, not any of the other rumors and hype and what have you, this movie's gonna flop too. So that's the way things are in as I see them. Let's move right along. We got some regular ass news, and this regular ass news is going to take a second to go through. Actually, no, we just got a breaking news piece, and I'm going to get into this. breaking news piece is Raquel Welch has passed away. This was sent to me. She was 82 years old. I do not know the circumstances around her passing or anything along those lines. So yeah, don't want to end on the sad note, so we're going to put the sad note in first. Raquel Welch, 82. I'm going to take just a moment. Okay. So, like I said, we've got some Feige news to talk about. Kevin Feige, not to be outdone by James Gunn, has given us, he did an interview, I think it was with Collider, I could be mistaken. Either way, yeah, I don't remember who the interview was with. It's just everybody's covering the information. So we're gonna give you the TLDR of what he said in this. And then actually, there's a little bit in the rumor mill that he kind of feeds into as well, but we'll get to that. Either way, regular ass news, Kevin Feige, big man over at Marvel, dropped some knowledge bombs. First up, we now know officially that Harrison Ford is going to be playing Thaddeus Ross, is going to be not just the Red Hulk, but is going to be the president in the MCU, at least when we first are introduced to the character. So that's pretty huge. Next, we have Spider-Man 4 currently in some stage of production, and we have official word that Tom Holland is returning as Spider-Man. I feel like this one could have gone without saying, but it's nice to know for certain that these are the things that are happening. Then we have Deadpool 3. This one's kind of a big one as well. Deadpool 3 will in fact be an R-rated movie, and not just that, but we can kind of extrapolate some other things based off of this next piece of information, and that is it will be the first R-rated movie in the MCU. So anything that we were speculating on that's supposed to come out before that, i.e. Blade, is not going to be R-rated. Kevin Feige very specifically said that Deadpool is going to be the first MCU R-rated movie. Next piece, this one's kind of a little more just a interesting observation. He's trying to hype up Kamala Khan as, quote, the next Peter Parker. But we still have Peter Parker, and he's a much more popular character in all forms of media, so I don't know why that needs to be a thing. But the final actual piece of news is that Buckey Barnes is officially set to be the lead character for the Thunderbolts movie. Very interesting there. And then, like I said, there are some rumors that kind of sprung out of this, but we'll get into that in the rumor mill. So all that leaves is our movie suggestion for the week. Movie suggestion, everybody needs a good laugh, man, and this is probably one of my favorite comedies, and that is Liar Liar, starring Jim Carrey. Came out in 1997, so some of the things have not aged exactly the greatest, but it is still one of the funniest movies you're ever going to put your eyeballs on. Jim Carrey, after this, kind of lost a lot of his luster. This was the last great Jim Carrey movie, according to many fans. So you owe it to yourself and your gut to go find a way to... I meant to look up where you can stream this because I just own it, but it's absolutely worth a look. If you can find it, if you can get your hands on it somehow, you should watch it this week because, yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Once again, nerds, that was a short section that comes from a longer video on the main channel, Generally Nerdy, YouTube or Rumble. Take your pick. I'm on both. You can go find it there. You can go find all of the other news there as well, including the live episode. We do a live episode roughly once a week, every Friday evening. You can join the conversation live, or you can just leave comments here on this one or any of the other ones you find on the Clips channel. Thank you very much, nerds. We've got other news to discuss in other videos, but while we're getting out of here, don't forget that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.